Welcome to Garage Tours. I'm your host, Chris Forsberg, and we're coming to you from Hendrick Motorsports outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. One of the best teams in NASCAR with an amazing facility. And an official partner of Valvoline. Hendrick Motorsports is comprised of Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Casey Kane, and Dale Earnhardt Jr., some of the biggest names in motorsports. And they're obviously doing something right in this garage because they have 11 championships and over 200 race wins. And today we're lucky enough to get a personal tour from Jeff Gordon's crew chief, Alan Gustafson. Alan.
Chris,
hey,
man.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice
doing
to meet
great.
you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, you got it.
Let's do it. You want to check this place out?
Let's do it.
This is where we'll take the cars from the previous race, we'll take them all apart. We'll do some inspection process on them. In this case, do a lot of repair. As you can see, Daytona is kind of a full contact sport.
Yeah, a little bit. So you guys will take them off the trailer, jack them up, and go through the whole car before you even get into the shop.
This car, probably from the door tops down, will be new.
You'll salvage its chassis?
We will salvage this chassis. Fortunately for us, we didn't have any chassis damage, and we'll put a new body on this car and get ready for Talladega. Really, the car kind of tells you what it wants. You know, so when you bring it back here after a race, you can see a lot of different things about the car to know what was working well and what wasn't working well. So let's go check out where it all starts, and we'll show you where we start building the cars.
Perfect.
We at HMS at Hendrick Motorsports, we build basically all of our own components, and we'll build this chassis. This all starts as just straight tubing in a rack, and we do all the bending, all sheet metal. You know, none of this stuff you can go buy off the shelf. So the safety of these cars have come so far because we're one of the only series that have that wall just so close, and the speeds we're running, the impacts on the walls are really pretty big. So the safety on these cars have come a long way.
Very impressive. So now you got the chassis and you guys are putting the body on. Do you guys have like stamps like to pick up these panels, or how do you make these?
Some of the parts are supplied just by Chevrolet for SS, and then some of them, you know, we've got to kind of fit, finish, and fill in ourselves. So,
and you do that in-house?
We do that in-house. We hang all these bodies in-house, and we've got to go conform to NASCAR's grid and what they call a gold surface. So we've got to replicate that with very tight tolerance. At the same time, we try to get a little speed out of the body. Aerodynamics is a big part of what we do.
So you say you have to fit in tight parameters. I mean, this kind of gives you a pretty good visual of that, right?
Yeah. The tolerances, you can see the yellow marking. So those will define what is an acceptable tolerance. So yellow's going to be 3/16, blue's going to be 1/4, and red's going to be 1/8 of an inch. So it's all really tight. Not only to meet their specifications, but we've got really stringent specifications ourselves that we want to make sure that we take the tolerances to our advantage.
Gotcha. So it gives you a parameter on how to fit it into the actual grid, but then it helps keep the racing tight. It keeps the chassis within a certain overall look.
NASCAR puts a lot of effort into making sure that everybody's got a reasonably equal opportunity to compete and win, and they want to make sure that the big teams just can't outspend the smaller teams. And if we didn't have this, the cars would morph into such a crazy aerodynamic pieces. When we're done with the body side, we'll bring our cars over here, and we've got our prep bay and 2 paint bays where we spray our Exalta paint, which is really awesome. Got some really cool colors.
So this is a pretty impressive machine shop you guys got here.
Yeah, this is actually our little team machine shop that we...
Little one?
This is our suspension room where we'll have shocks, springs, bump stop springs. The one up the hill for the engine shop is just amazing, but this is the one
probably a whole facility for that one, right?
It's probably as big as our whole shop.
So you guys have a whole crew just for suspension.
I'm amazed when I come here sometimes. I'm like, man, we built this? Like, wow. So we had
in the little room.
Yeah, in the little room. Yeah.
So this sort of resembles a seat.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm looking at here?
It is. It's the shell of a seat. We manufacture it here, and we actually supply these to a lot of the teams. I'd say, vast majority of the Cup drivers run our seats. So this is a fully composite seat. It's carbon. It's got some aluminum inlays for the seat belts. and these are specific for their size and shape.
The shell as well?
Yeah,
for each driver?
absolutely,
Wow.
absolutely. So then we have the insert, which is actually a profile of his body. So we'll pour a mold. He'll sit down in the mold. We come back and clean all this up.
Wow.
And then we go scan it and remanufacture it. So we'll reproduce it. So they're in the seat so well. I think it's a little performance advantage too for the feel they can get back from the seat.
Yeah, I mean, you feel the whole car through the seat, and obviously they're sitting for a long time, and it's a whole safety aspect, as you said. I mean, you go collide into a wall 200 miles an hour.
Yeah,
You want to make sure you're going to make it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. All right, this car looks like it's ready to go, but everyone's always asking, what are you guys working with under the hood?
Yeah, so we've got a 358 cubic inch, normally aspirated V8 Chevy motor that makes upwards of 850 horsepower. So
Hey, you guys recently went to fuel injection?
we did. So it's really helped drivability, tunability, fuel mileage. So it's been a really cool changeover and learning how we can exploit that for performance advantage.
Yeah, I imagine that helps. I mean, making 850 out of a 358 is really impressive.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of work that goes into these engines. The engine shop does a great job, and there's so much detail, and they make a ton of power.
Well, looks like it's working for you. You got one of these bad boys.
Yeah, so that's, we're all in it to win it. So we were able to win at Kansas, and it's been really close. We want to fill up that panel
Just
a
keep
little bit
running
more.
down the side. Well, you're in a really good position for the chase.
Yeah, so leave
Things
the
are looking
points.
good.
Yeah, got to
Very
win,
good.
so we're feeling good about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for the tour. I mean, you guys are really busy. This thing looks like it's ready to load up on the trailer, so we'll get out of your hair.
Yeah, thanks for coming
Thanks
in.
again.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's
been
awesome.
fun.